Let me ask you a question. Under Jacob Zuma, or everybody watching there, did your life get better or did it get worse under Jacob Zuma?
I don't know.
Did you not have opportunities?
I don't know.
Did you not feel like the world was your oyster? Because I felt like that.
But I've always felt like that generally.
Obviously, you won't believe already what AKA once said about President Jacob Zuma. Now, it begs the question, do you remember what I once told you in this country, right? That under Jacob Zuma, there was a steady growth. It's just that some people, they claim that they were not happy with the growth in the country. And now they said that look, the growth was as a result of Jacob Zuma's style of leadership, that they deemed it unfit for the office. Do you remember all those things about Maimane coming hard at Jacob Zuma, about EFF and everything, and then the ANC the ANC was then penetrated from inside to come and fight this concept of Jacob Zuma being the president. Ultimately, he get removed. But then I'm not gonna take you back to the actual records, because I've done the record twice now in my YouTube channel. I've done the record of Jacob Zuma and how Jacob Zuma led the country, right? How Jacob Zuma growth under Jacob Zuma. I've done, I think, a good job in terms of making sure that I bring that into your attention. Before I go anywhere further, there are a few questions that I just want to ask you from your own perspective, right? I just want you to tell me, in your own words, looking at the current leadership, then you compare it with the previous leadership. Is there anything better that the current one has provided? That's a question. I'm going to give you more examples into this so that you can actually give an informed and educated decision, right? Or answer, if I may say. But before I do so, guys, please do the following thing. If you are not yet subscribed, what are you waiting for? Come on, good people, because to subscribe it is free, to like the video it is free, to comment in the comment section below it is free of charge, to click the notification bell it is free of charge, to share this video it is free of charge, to watch this video until the end it is free of charge. Also, good people, come on, to watch the ads it's free of charge, and that's how you financially contribute to this YouTube channel. Speaking about financially contribution to the channel, you can become a member of this YouTube channel from as little as 20 Rand a month. You can also use the super thanks button. In case you don't want to do that, guys, there is a way where you can use my media company banking details to donate to the channel, and you know what I'm saying, we'll bring you more, and also guys want to buy more equipment. So the power is in your hands. Please do the honorable thing as we proceed. Okay, let's proceed here. Here are a few things that I want us to talk about in this episode. Oh, let me give you this example. When the current president took over, he said, he promised us a new dawn. So there was gonna be a new dawn, right? So he told us that he was going to fight corruption, right? Fight corruption. He promised, he promised us a lot of things. He promised that he was fighting state capture. The very same thing he's part of, right? He was fighting state capture, right? Now, he promised that there were going to be jobs created, right? And then, let me remind you, a week later, after such a promise, he was inaugurated. A week later, after inauguration, people lost job. From the very same man, right? I'm asking this question. Is life better now compared to then, right? Remember, we are talking about a person who said he was going to fight what? Corruption, right? So he was going to fight corruption. Then 500 billion went missing under his noise. Now, He has never dealt with that because he himself, he must account for that. He has never dealt with that. So when you look at life under Ramaphosa versus life under Jacob Zuma, which one will you say it was better? Now let me insert the video of AKA here.
Right? Yeah. You can say, oh, you know, there's a lot of celebrities are like, oh, no, you know, I don't talk about politics. And that's cool. But, you know, I you know, like to talk about it. I think it's what we talk about every day in this country. Why would I not be like, also, like, I'm no expert, hey? Also, please, I'm no expert.
You have an opinion.
I just have an opinion. On the Jacob Zuma shit, I thought he was a swaggy president. I really dug him. Like, he had charisma. You know, he did a lot of good shit. We had the World Cup under him. Like, think about all the shit that happened under Jacob Zuma, right? Let me ask you a question. Under Jacob Zuma, or everybody watching there, did your life get better or did it get worse under Jacob Zuma?
I don't know.
Did you not have opportunities?
I don't know.
Did you not feel like the world was your oyster? Because I felt like that.
But I've always felt like that generally.
Okay. Let's just hope that video does not have copyrights because there's a background music. If it has the copyright, we will have some challenges in terms of that. But yeah, what AKA said. Let's just look at this. In terms of let's look at load shedding. A lot of people don't understand that they don't understand the impact of load shedding. There are spaza shops that get affected because of load shedding. Homes, fridges, like load shedding has a direct impact in each and everyone's lives. Leave the companies people work for, leave the shopping, look, the shopping malls, complex, whatever. I'm talking about people who are directly affected. Everyone is directly affected by load shedding. Then under the same president, we were promised that load shedding was going to be a thing of the past. How many promises has the president made? At first, he gave us 18 months. 18 months came and passed. He couldn't solve the problem. If I'm not mistaken, we were given another 18 months. It came to pass. And the problem was never solved. Then the Minister of Load Shedding, the Minister of Electricity, I called him Minister of Load Shedding. I don't know the difference anyway. The Minister of Electricity said, look, in 18 months, load shedding was going to be the thing of the past. Load shedding, look, 18 months have come and gone. Load shedding is still here. Fikile Mbalula promised that load shedding by December 2023 was going to be the thing of the past. Today, look, as of me talking to you, it's March 2024. Load shedding is still part and parcel of our lives, right? What promise has the president kept? Maybe I should just simplify it that way. Okay, it's fine. 100 million houses were to be built in Alexandra. From what I know, not even a single house has been built. Smart cities were promised were going to be built in this country. From what I know, not even a single one of those smart cities have been built. Bulletproof trains were to be introduced in South Africa. Not even a single one of them has been introduced to South Africa. Which promise that was made by the current president, which you can clearly say he has? And this is the question. I see people will fight me on this one. But this is the question. When I ask people, they never provide answer because there's no answer. When I say to people, if you are saying the current president is a good president, then he's been into office for 6 years now. I am asking you to provide me with facts, challenge me on factual grounds, and say, Bongs, this is what he has done. He has done 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I'm asking for things that even a poor person on the ground can relate to it and say, I'm benefiting from I'm benefiting from the decision made by the current president. I am not asking for a paperwork that is written somewhere in the office which can only relate to the friends who are running businesses. Do you remember I spoke about load shedding and how much load shedding affect households, right? It affects you at a home level before it can affect you at either in an academical institution or working environment or shopping experience or traveling experience, because look, traffic lights will not be working. I'm not even talking about how it affects you from that perspective. I'm just saying on a residential area perspective, that's how much load shedding affects you, right? So for us to judge the productivity of the man, we must look at the impact he is bringing in our lives at home. We must be able to say, yeah, the decision was made. I'm giving an example. Let me give this example. When President Jacob, when I read the record of Jacob Zuma, I spoke about things that relate to people in their day-to-day life, such as how many houses were built for poor people, how many roads were built for poor people, how many HIV ARVs for HIV positive people. I don't know if I'm pronouncing it right. I don't know the difference between HIV and HIV and AIDS. I don't know the difference. Anyway, forgive me for that. So I'm pointing out something that anyone can relate to, right? Electricity. When there was load shedding, President Zuma said, I'm going to deal with this. They dealt with it. They dealt with that. And they announced there was never going to be a load shedding, something that affects people on a day-to-day basis. I'm saying decisions such as like that. Count such decisions and say, the current president has done 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 for poor people. If you cannot count that, then you shouldn't be arguing with me. You don't have facts to argue with me. You have nothing. Do not argue with me because you don't have facts to dispute my arguments here. And let me tell you this, guys. When you see or when you hear people or when you argue with a person and they don't argue facts, they argue you, then you must know they don't have facts to argue against you. Instead of now, or because they are bankrupt, they don't have facts, right? They then tend to want to argue you instead of facts. And that's the problem I'm saying here. If you have facts, argue what I'm saying, not me. Do not disrespect me. Do not come from my character. Do not come from how I look. Do not come from anything, but argue what I say. Are there any facts that says we should vote for the president? Personally, I have seen none. I've seen none. And I'm prepared to be led by EFF. I'm prepared to be led by MK, but not ANC. And that I want to make it categorically clear. I am prepared to be led by EFF. I am prepared to be led by MK, but I'm not prepared to be led again by ANC, because if you cannot prove what you have done in the previous 5 years and you still see yourself as a useful person, you need to be admitted to a psychiatric ward. You need a psychiatric evaluation. You can't be claiming to be important for the advancement of democracy in this country, but you get there and you are not acting in accordance to your belief, and you still want us to think or to treat you as a serious and the person who means business. I'm not going to do such an injury to myself. I don't see why you should do it. This is the year where people must be taught a lesson that you cannot always cheat and cheat and cheat and cheat and cheat or betray your partner and then come back and apologize and think that every time your spouse will forgive you. I think this year we must come to a point where we say, fine, you've been cheating and we've been forgiving you. Fine, fair enough. But then being forgiven doesn't mean being accepted back to where you were. We've forgiven you. Us forgiving you is us not wanting you to be arrested. But then you are good as an opposition party, not as a leading party, because clearly you are clueless in terms of leadership. Why should guys? Let me conclude this. I want to conclude this by saying, let me not say this. Let me not say that. Let me rebuke myself. Let me stop myself from saying this. Sorry, guys. Hey, yeah. Let me not say this. Guys, I'll see you on the next video. But until such a time, please take care.